Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
They keep it with Miller on first down.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Watson. And incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. A second down throw for Brissett. He's going to look deep down the field. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Quincy Wilson in on the stop. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Here's Watson to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. He fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Second down, Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Brissett now on second down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Third down, Brissett. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Hilton's first catch, good for a first down. Brissett now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Brissett. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! 190! 190!
Out of the gun, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A first down carry now for Miller. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Black 99 Philly! Hey! Black 22! Black 22!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. To throw is Watson. To throw on 2nd down. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Then the Texans are in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio.
Here's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. Coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Let's go.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Ellington. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Blackburn and I feel it.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Hurdle number 2. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
4 down. 4 down. Let's go. White, 90. Flex round. Flex round.
On play action, Brissett. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Brissett now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. First down, Brissett. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. He's to the 10, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive. Just past the 30-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Play action now. Brissett. Throw left side complete. It's Doyle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll run with that, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
To throw is Brissett. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Brissett now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Switch. Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Brissett to throw on first. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They run with Hines. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They run again with Hines.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Come on, let's go. Try 38. Try 38.
Here's Brissett. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Back 22.
They begin with a run by Miller. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
On second down, here's Miller. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Come back. Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Ohio.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Brissett on 1st down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's go. What? 90. What?
Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Hines. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Come on, let's go. What?
Brissett. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Christian Covington able to drop him for a loss of 4. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Fights him off. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Black 99 Philly. Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. Room to run past midfield. It's complete to Hopkins. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Hey, green the line.
They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for it with Miller. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Steps away. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And that one, it's good. Big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now we'll carry from Mack. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38! 6 down! Check 6 down! Go, go, go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now out comes Houston. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Now Mack. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here's Mack. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game, What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Indianapolis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.